one is coming. That's the truth most people run from. They wait, hoping, praying, wishing that someone will see their struggle and throw them a rope. But that rope isn't coming. There's no cavalry charging over the hill. No miracle arriving at midnight. It's just you, your will, and what you decide to do with it. The sooner you face that reality, the sooner you start moving toward real change. Because waiting is easy. Waiting gives you something to blame. If only they helped me. If only someone gave me a shot. But you don't need a shot. You need grit. You need action. You need to stop looking outward and start looking inward. Everything you've ever needed was already planted inside you. The world didn't give it, and the world can't take it away. But you've got to wake it up. You've got to activate it. You've got to stop hoping and start building. The harsh truth is this: self-reliance isn't a choice anymore. It's survival. In a world that's constantly changing, where people are more distracted than ever, no one is sitting around thinking about how to save you. And they shouldn't have to. That's your responsibility. Your life, your dreams, your purpose. It's all in your hands. So why are you still waiting for a signal, for validation, for some invisible green light to tell you it's okay to go all in? You're the signal. You're the permission. The power isn't in a plan, a program, or a mentor. It's in your daily choices. When you wake up, do you give in to your feelings, or do you lead with your standards? Do you let life push you around, or do you stand up and push back? This isn't about being tough for show. This is about being strong because there's no other way. It's about choosing to take control when every voice around you says it's too late, too hard, too far gone. But that voice inside you, that quiet fire, it knows better. It's tired of waiting. It's tired of watching life pass you by. While you shrink yourself down into excuses, it wants to roar, it wants to rise. But it needs you to believe that you are enough. It's not that help won't ever come. But when it does, it will only amplify what you've already started. It won't build the foundation for you. No one builds a house on an empty lot and calls it a gift. You've got to break the ground, you've got to lay the bricks, you've got to hammer every nail with your own sweat and discipline. And once the house is standing, someone might show up with furniture, maybe even paint the walls. But the structure? That's yours. That's your fight. That's your legacy. And don't think for a second that you have to feel ready to begin. Readiness is a lie. It's a mask fear wears to keep you still. You'll never feel fully prepared, but you don't need perfect conditions to start, just brutal honesty. Tell yourself the truth. I don't like where I am. I know there's more in me, and I refuse to waste another day living like this. That moment of truth is the first spark of real power. Real self-reliance is not about shutting the world out. It's not about pretending you don't need anyone. It's about owning your life so completely that when help comes, it's a bonus, not a necessity. You don't need to be rescued because you've already decided to fight your way forward. You've already burned the ships. There's no turning back. There's only through. When you stop looking for someone else to save you, something inside you shifts. You stop pleading and start planning. You stop complaining and start creating. You realize that the gap between where you are and where you want to be isn't made of luck or privilege, it's made of choices. Daily, unglamorous, disciplined choices. You can't skip the struggle. You can't outsource the climb. But you can rise one step at a time if you're willing to keep showing up long after the feeling of motivation is gone. And some days it will feel like no progress is being made. You'll grind and wonder if it's even worth it. But those days matter more than the ones where it all comes easy. Those days shape your character. Those days teach you what you're made of. That's when self-reliance is tested, not when everything is working, but when nothing seems to be. That's when you learn if you're truly building from within or just hoping something outside of you comes to save the day. You want to change your life? Stop talking. Start doing. Stop searching for a rescue and start becoming the kind of person who rescues themselves. You don't need more inspiration. You need more execution. You need more sweat on the floor and less theory in your head. You've read enough. You've thought enough. Now it's time to move, step forward. Even if it's shaky, even if it's unsure, even if your voice cracks when you say, "I'm not waiting anymore." There's nothing more powerful than a human being who realizes they are fully responsible for what happens next. That kind of person is dangerous not to others but to limitation, to fear, to comfort zones. That kind of person isn't hoping for a better life. They're building it, with tired hands and focused eyes, with broken pasts and unshakable futures. You are not powerless. You are not forgotten. You are not a victim unless you decide to stay one. And the second you choose to rise, everything starts to shift. Not because the world changes, but because you do. The way you walk changes. The way you speak changes. The way you carry your vision, your pain, your story, it all changes. Because you finally decided no one's coming to save me. So I'm going to save myself. We live in a world that teaches us to wait. Wait for the right opportunity. Wait for the right people. Wait until someone gives us permission. From the moment we're born, society conditions us to look outward for solutions, to seek validation, assistance, or rescue from some external source. But life doesn't reward those who wait. It doesn't hand out victories to the passive. There comes a moment in everyone's life when you realize no one's coming to save you. And in that moment, you either crumble or you rise. This realization hits like a wave. It can feel cold, harsh, even cruel. You might look around at your situation and think, this isn't fair. And you'd be right. Maybe it isn't. But fairness has never been a prerequisite for success. Life doesn't operate on fairness, it operates on action, on grit, on your ability to show up when it's hardest to. Nobody is obligated to fix your problems. Nobody owes you a breakthrough. That weight you're carrying, it's yours. And the longer you wait for someone else to lift it, the longer you stay stuck beneath it. You are the rescue plan. You are the only constant in your story. People will walk in and out of your life. Some will help, many won't. Circumstances will change. Opportunities will come and go, but you're always there. And if you can take ownership of that, if you can truly decide that you're not waiting anymore, then everything changes. Not all at once, not overnight, but piece by piece. Day by day, something powerful begins to shift. The victim mindset begins to die and a warrior begins to rise. Standing up doesn't mean you're unafraid. It means you've chosen courage over comfort. It means you've stopped entertaining the idea that someone else is going to come and make it easy. Standing up is hard. It's lonely. It means facing your reflection and saying, if I fail, it's on me. But if I succeed, it's because I made it happen. That's responsibility, that's freedom. When you stop waiting, you start creating. You begin to act not out of desperation, but out of belief. Belief in your own power to change the narrative. People get trapped in waiting because it feels safe. Blaming others feels safer than owning the outcome. Saying I can't because of them is easier than saying I haven't because I chose not to. That kind of honesty hurts at first, but it's the only kind of honesty that sets you free. Because once you own the struggle, you also own the solution. Once you stop outsourcing your power, you reclaim your future. Think about where you are right now. Every delay, every excuse, every fear, they've all added up to this moment. But that doesn't mean you're stuck. It means this is your starting line. Every great transformation begins with the decision to stop waiting. No more hoping someone else sees your worth. No more fantasizing about being rescued. No more living life on pause. You take the wheel, you build the road, you become the one who shows up for yourself. This doesn't mean doing it alone. It means not depending on someone else to initiate your breakthrough. Yes, mentors are valuable. Yes, community helps. But none of it works until you decide that your life is your responsibility. You can have the best advice, the best support, the best intentions, but without ownership, nothing changes. Ownership is where momentum begins. You don't need perfect conditions, you need a committed heart. Your mind might be filled with doubts right now. You might hear a voice saying, "But I'm not ready. I don't know how. What if I fail?" That voice will always be there. It's wired into your biology to keep you safe. But you have to override it. Because growth doesn't live in safety. Growth lives in the place where you stand up shaking, uncertain, scared, and still move forward. When you stop waiting, you start tapping into something deeper than motivation. You find a reason that's bigger than your fear. You find fire. Fire to rise before the sun. Fire to try again after the 10th failure. Fire to look life in the eye and say, I don't care how many times I get knocked down, I'm not waiting anymore. That fire is inside you. It's always been there. Maybe it's buried beneath pain or fear or self-doubt, but it's there. And once you light it, it will burn through every excuse you've ever made. This mindset, this refusal to wait, doesn't make life easier, but it does make you stronger. It makes you dangerous to complacency. It makes you a threat to the version of you that was content with surviving. And as you start showing up for yourself, consistently, relentlessly, the world begins to respond. Opportunities that once seemed out of reach start moving closer. Not because they've changed, but because you have. Your energy shifts. Your presence becomes louder. You stop asking for permission and start taking space. Nothing is more powerful than someone who has stopped waiting. Someone who knows that no one's coming, but they're standing anyway. That kind of resolve is unshakable. That kind of energy is magnetic. The world can't ignore a person who's decided to be their own rescue. You don't need a hero. You are the hero. You don't need the path cleared. You'll cut your own through the jungle. You don't need saving. You need to remember what you're made of. The moment you stop waiting, you step into your real strength. Not the strength that flexes when it's easy, but the kind that shows up in the dark, in the silence, when no one's watching. The kind that says, even if no one believes in me, I do. That's the shift. That's the fire. That's the moment your story changes forever. You've been waiting, haven't you? Waiting for someone to come along and fix everything, to solve your problems, to rescue you from the struggles that seem too heavy to bear. But here's the hard truth. No one is coming to save you. No knight in shining armor, no miracle from the outside, no unexpected savior will show up and carry you through your battle. If you want to change your life, if you want to overcome the obstacles standing in your way, you have to stand up and fight for yourself. The power to transform your circumstances doesn't come from outside. It already lives inside of you. It always has. Think about the moments you felt weakest, when you thought you couldn't go on any longer. In those moments, when the world felt like it was crashing down, what got you through? What kept you going? It wasn't some external force swooping in to save the day. It was you. The resilience you didn't even realize you had. The strength you thought was gone but was just waiting to be called upon. Every setback, every failure, every disappointment has been shaping you, sharpening you, equipping you for the fight ahead. You were never powerless. You were simply unaware of the power you carry within. This isn't about waiting for a sign or hoping for luck. This is about recognizing that you have been given everything you need to stand up and fight right now. The talents, the wisdom, the resilience, the courage, it's all there. You don't need to look outside yourself for permission or validation. The ability to change your story is not somewhere out in the distance. It is right here, inside you. This truth is often the hardest to accept because it means the responsibility is yours and yours alone. But that responsibility is also freedom, because if you are the one who can save yourself, then no one can take that power away from you. Life will test you. It will knock you down and make you question your worth. It will throw challenges in your path that seem impossible to overcome. But the fight is not about the size of the enemy. It's about the size of your will. And that will is bigger than any circumstance you face. What separates those who succeed from those who don't is not the absence of fear or pain, but the refusal to be defeated by them. You can't wait for someone else to fix your problems because no one else has the power to change your life the way you do. You are the master of your fate, the captain of your soul, the warrior in your own battle. It's time to stop playing the victim in your own life. Stop blaming others for your situation or hoping that someone will come and rescue you. The truth is you are the hero of your story. The moment you realize that, you begin to own your power. You begin to take control, and once you take control, everything changes. Because you are no longer waiting for a rescue. You are moving forward, fighting, back, claiming what is rightfully yours. You've already been equipped for this fight. You just have to believe it. The courage, the strength, the grit. They are not gifts from others, they are part of who you are. Sometimes you just have to dig deeper, push harder, and keep moving even when it feels like the world is against you. The power inside you is waiting for you to tap into it, waiting for you to claim it as your own. The moment you stop waiting and start fighting is the moment everything begins to change. No one else is coming to save you. And that's the best news you can hear, because it means your victory is yours alone. It means no one can take it away. From you, no one can claim it for themselves, and no one can decide your worth or your future except you. This fight is yours, and it's the fight that will make you stronger, wiser, and unstoppable. The strength to rise is within you right now, waiting for you to unleash it. The power to overcome fear, doubt, and pain is not found in waiting, but in acting. The strength to break free from limitations doesn't come from others. It comes from within. The skills and talents you need are not hidden. They are already part of your story. You just have to claim them. When you understand this, when you accept this, you become unstoppable. No one else has your unique combination of experiences, strengths, and purpose. No one else can fight your fight the way you can. That means your battle, no matter how tough, is meant for you to win. You were made for this moment, and the power you need is already inside you. This is not about waiting for a miracle. It's about realizing that you are the miracle. You are the answer to your own prayers. You must learn to trust yourself, to believe that you have what it takes to face your challenges head-on and conquer them. You were not placed on this earth to be saved by others, but to save yourself. To rise up and create the life you want. That's the truth that will free you, the truth that will fuel your fight, and the truth that will lead you to victory. Every time you think you can't go on, remember that you have everything you need inside you. The courage, the resilience, the strength. It's all there, waiting for you to tap into it. No one else is coming to save you, but that's okay, because you were never meant to be saved by anyone else. You were meant to save yourself, and that means you are already more powerful than you realize.